Hey y'all. So something I was thinking about today is how people like to cross your boundaries. I understand that the way that someone views you, some of the things that people say, some of the things that people do is a greater reflection of the way they think and they feel within themselves. And it typically is a form of projection as they say the things that they say to you. They can feel how they feel, they can think how they think, but then it becomes a matter of boundary when they project their own insecurities onto you. I'm realizing that in this life, so many people feel the urge to tell me what I should and should not do with my content, with my own words, with my own persona. Yeah, that's this thing though. It's mine. I can do what I want with it. It's mine. I'm realizing that there are so many people who feel the urge to poke the bear. But it's a bear. Why are you poking it? So, how are people trying to cross these boundaries, you ask? Easy. It's a hand grace that goes a little too low. It is a hug that starts off as friendly, that gets a little too close. It's a look that goes from here to here to It's a I don't think you should be making that kind of content. I don't think you should be doing it here. I don't think you should be doing it there. I don't think you should be doing it anywhere. Oh, the places we'll go if we only let things flow as they should. How can you be authentically yourself if you're taking in everyone else's voices, opinions, and thoughts and using them as if they're your own when they're not? Why should we do this? We shouldn't. I'm realizing the more I lean into who I am innately, the more feathers is ruffling. Like little confetti's going up in the air, go. I find it quite entertaining. I'm realizing that I've given up on having F's to give. I realize that other people's opinions when it comes to what I do with my own life are like, this is going to be so inappropriate and some of y'all are going to be so caught off guard, but I'm going to say it anyway. The way that some of y'all's opinions and the energy that you're giving, telling someone else how to live their life, has the longevity and the survival instincts of a fart. Yeah, thanks Mackenzie for that one. Like literally, none. You're gonna dissipate from the moment that you're released. So what's the point of it? What are you really trying to gain from crossing these boundaries? What are you really trying to prove?
Ha! I made her feel small. I'm so great. Ha! There she goes trying to be synced again. I'm gonna make her feel little.
Good for you, little buddy. Good for you. How did I make you sleep last night? Am I still in the back of your head? You still wondering what she gonna say? What she gonna do? What she gonna do next? What she gonna do? Hell, I don't even know. So good luck with that, buddy. I'm realizing that all these things are intentional. They are. A lot of the times people will try to belittle you because they see your greatness and their own insecurities are bubbling up to the surface. Why? I don't know. I don't have a reason for that. I reflected on it and I don't have one. The only thing I can come up with is if they focus more on what made them great, then my greatness wouldn't be so offensive. That's all I got. I focus on myself. I focus on what I can do to be a better version of me. I focus on what's going to make my life better. I'm focusing on my small wins, my small goals, my improvement every day. And yeah, sometimes I focus as much on how can I make something that's going to make somebody feel like, oh, 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 she got me. She got me. That's a little petty coming out. It is. No worries. I realize that sometimes I do say stuff just to see how people are going to react. Sometimes I do say things, do things, just to see what's going to happen. I've always been a good fan of cause and effect. I've always been a fan of what's going to happen if I say this? What's going to happen if I do this? So that's what happened. I feel entertained. I feel bored by this. I know that this should get some remarks. I'm a content creator, people. Quit taking things so seriously, so literally. Yes, sometimes I am actually trying to be entertaining. Sometimes I'm just being informative. Sometimes I'm giving an opinion. And then sometimes I'm just like, look, you tried it, little buddy. This is for you. This is about you. I bet you think this post is about you. Hey, I bet you think this post is about you. Don't you, don't you, don't you. Ha ha, ooh, ooh, bet you're gonna get it too. Yeah, Jenny Jackson. But no, for real. Why should I take my greatness and shrink it down to your understanding? That's not going to happen. It's not. I am going to be great in one way or another. I am going to put myself into this bubble that we call the media with the social ramifications. Full speed, balls to the wall. And I don't care about if I lose friends. I don't care if I lose people who don't like it, because it is going to resonate with the right people. Yeah. And I hear y'all. The fact that you go from looking super glamorous to looking like you rolled out of bed to actually being in the bed, you're making people uncomfortable. Why are you so uncomfortable, and why do you care? Why do you keep watching if you don't like it? Why do you keep coming back? Am I like a drug for you? Am I like eating spicy food? You know how you get that food and you take that bite and initially it's so flavorful, and then you take that second bite and it makes you want to cry, and then you're oozing all these fluids and you're just like, my mouth is on fire. Oh my gosh, it's so hot. I'm gonna take another bite. Is that the effect I have on you? If it is, yay! I crack myself up. No, but in all seriousness, I realized that I've always been this person. I have. I've literally been putting myself through all these little micro tests of how much can I take my entire life. I've been doing this my entire life, and I've been building myself up for this very moment, for this slingshot effect. Y'all be thinking that there's a thing called overnight success? Nah, no, there's not. There is so much work and preparation that goes into all things, because it's like the snowball effect. Yeah, I've been on this journey for a long time. I realized that I can't talk about the way people push limits, if I'm not openly allowing someone to go past the limits as I watch, as I experience, as I tolerate the intolerable in order to be able to resonate and understand and comprehend what someone else has been through. When I tell you that by assuming the role in my head of someone that was weak-minded, someone that was a pick-me, someone who had low self-esteem, it is a very dangerous game. It is such a dangerous game. I realized that by lowering my way of being in order to be able to relate to others who have no other knowledge of another way of being, in order to be able to relate to what they've been through, that was extremely dangerous for me. I know that, how can I, the Joker, the role of the Joker. They were talking about how, as lots of actors, when they're playing these roles and they're going through all these things and they lose themselves, especially when they're playing a dark character like the Joker, they start to think darker. They start to lose their own vision of who they are innately. It's the same thing when you play small in life. When you say, I'm okay with this, but you're actually not, you're shrinking yourself. You're playing a role of, I have to be liked. I have to let them do this. Why do you have to, ma'am? Sir? They? Whatever you call yourself. Why do you have to? You don't have to. When you allow others to be condescending, when you allow others to tell you what you can and cannot do with something that you do for yourself, you are shrinking yourself. Don't shrink yourself. Learn to be comfortable with being disliked. Learn to relish the idea that you matter so much that they wanted to knock you down. Something I've learned. Ooh, y'all, I had to remember I had on a dress. Y'all know I stay in leggings and stuff, so I'm trying to readjust in a way that's not too crazy. But yeah. So the thing is when you learn that you matter more than whatever someone else is trying to make you believe, that crap don't work. That is water off a duck's back, literally. I'm learning that I get entertained by watching people try to knock me off my kilter. I used to be bothered by it, but then after so many years of enduring something, I was like, really? So we're playing this game again? We're playing this game again. Okay, I guess I'll play along. Or now I'm just like, nah, a little bit. I'm done. I've got all my research done. I've already done it. I've already used all these things to create and to curate the experiences I needed for the lesson, and I've already learned it. I'm learning that I must be a better actress than I realized, because to make people believe that I am really that small with all the things that I do, that is crazy. It's cray, right? Yeah. I think about this all the time. I'm like, you really believed that I had this little weak, meek, insecure girl at this big old age with all the things I have accomplished in my life against the odds. I've accomplished so many things. So why would you think that you tell me, oh, you shouldn't wear that. Oh, you shouldn't say that. Oh, you shouldn't go there. Oh, you shouldn't do that. Matters. So you really think that you, that do nothing for me, have that much power? Really? You're delusional. You're the one on the insanity wheel. You really think that I would be swayed by someone that's doing absolutely nothing for me? Wow. And I'm the crazy one. I'm the weak one. You thought I was Pinocchio. You thought that I was the one on the strings. Really? This is what we're doing now? You thought that you were the director. And I was the actor going through the lines. Wow. So you thought you were the director. You thought I was the actor when I was actually the writer, the scripter. Wow. It feels so nice to really just let that out. I'm done with the game. As you can see from my lack of interaction, I'm done with that game. And I did catch myself over and over again as I was